Because we're discussing this case specifically, and Jimmy Kimmel's comments touched off a firestorm, including this Washington Times opinion piece by our next guest, who writes that Kimmel, quote, wants you to know that if you are not for bloated federal bureaucracy, socialized medicine, higher taxes, and tons of more debt piled onto your grandchildren, then you are not a decent person. Actually, Jim, writes Charles Hurt, if you were a decent person, you would shut your fat trap about partisan politics and go care for your kid who just nearly died, you elitist creep. Charlie Hurt, newly minted Loser of the Week by Mediaite, and normally a nice person, joins us now. Charlie, I could just, was your head popping off last night when you were writing this? I mean, this is very, very harsh, sure, given what this family went through.
Sure, but so is taking your ill child and inserting that child into the public arena and using them as a prop to push partisan political politics. I find that to be disgusting personally. Now, as you pointed out a minute ago, everybody, no matter what your position on Obamacare is, I think everybody wants to find a way for children, all people, but specifically children like this, to get covered. The debate is about how do we do that. And for Jimmy Kimmel to use his position and to use the terrible situation that was heart-wrenching for anybody that listened to it, to take that and to jump the rails and to go into partisan politics with it, and then it's kind of like a bully who wants to just shut down debate, and
well, he could say the same thing about you, and you know, it's his show.
Okay,
he has freedom of speech. He has the ability to stand up there and give his opinion about it, as do you.
That's a fair point.
But you know,
but
so
I'm not
call him an elitist creep based on his opinion.
That's a fair point. But I am not, again, I am not taking a child and dragging them into this debate and then looking at everybody that disagrees with me politically and says, you don't like my child, you don't care about my child. That's no way to solve this. This is a very complicated debate. We want to figure out how to get, I would like everyone to be covered. I would like everyone to get well. But relying on the federal government.
He was pointing the finger at people and saying, you don't want my child to be covered. But I do think that in many of these cases, there's much more emotion, and his emotion was rightly placed. I'm not making any comment on that. But in terms of coverage in health care, because my first question was, is that true? And that's what I was trying to get at with Zeke Emanuel. Is it true? Because none of us want to live in a country where someone's going to walk away from a baby who's turning purple at a hospital and let them die. And that is not the case. That is not what happens. I've talked to doctors. I read about the rules and the laws on this all day today. This is not what happens in America.
And ironically, that's part of what the problem that we have is because a hospital cannot turn away a child. We have, and
you're not saying that they should be able to.
No, but what I'm saying is that because of that, we sort of have de facto socialized medicine in this country.
That's what Charles Crowder and I were just saying.
And because of that, we are doing it in a very ineffective way. But inserting this sort of thing into a hot political partisan debate, I don't think helps anything.
As I said, normally a very nice person. This week's Mediaite Loser of the Week, lambasted today for this comment. But thank you. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for talking about it, Charlie. Good to